battery weight really eats into your payload. What is going on, guys? I hope you're having a fantastic day. If you are not already subbed to the channel, please do, because it is going to enter you into the giveaway for this awesome piece of wall art as well as a $50 Amazon gift card. And all you have to do to get entered in is sub, drop a like, and leave a comment. And that is it. Today I wanted to talk a little bit more about NIKOLA Motors, and their share price has kind of been all over the place in the past month, but is definitely stabilized around the $40 limit. And I think you're going to see a lot more volatility with the stock until they start making some announcements on their OEM. You have NKLA Day coming up in December, and I think another day that could potentially really move the stock up or down is a TESLA date, actually September 22nd, and their battery day. And why I think this is big is because one of the big competitive advantages that NIKOLA potentially poses to the EV and hydrogen and long-haul trucking market is the plan to integrate hydrogen in those hydrogen refueling stations all around the country. What having these stations all around the country would mean is that now you have no accessibility to hydrogen or refueling or anything like that if you were to have a hydrogen vehicle. But if they are able to build these plants all around the country, you essentially now are incentivizing people to truck or drive or do whatever with hydrogen vehicles, because now you have an accessibility to refuel. And one thing about hydrogen refueling that is way better than battery is the speed, right? You can go from 0 to full in like 10 to 15 minutes, which is about the same as a diesel truck. And then a lot of people make the argument, well, when you're refueling with a battery, nobody drives 500 miles without taking a stop. True, but if you're only recharging maybe 50% of your battery capacity, then you also have to think about, you really have to plan your stops ahead of time, which I don't know how many truckers do, and I don't know how many people do. I think kind of when you stop is pretty spontaneous. Another reason why battery isn't super feasible for long distance trucking is battery weight really eats into your payload and the amount of things that you can carry in the tractor trailer itself. So hydrogen, different from being, different from a battery, it reduces your overall weight by 75% as compared to like a 500-mile battery. So for those of you saying, well, the battery technology may be there with Tesla, if they're not able to address the weight issue, then I don't think it's going to be a real option for trucking. So this is kind of that competitive advantage that NIKOLA offers. Hydrogen is a lot less dense, it's a lot lighter, which means that you can carry a lot more on the truck. And if they're able to create all these refueling stations around the country, which would be kind of their competitive advantage, and this is what separates NIKOLA from all the other companies out there trying to do hydrogen. So if they're able to build those plants, it's really going to incentivize people to buy with NIKOLA, because they're going to integrate all the refueling and all that cost into the price of the truck. Now, why I say September 22nd is a big day, not only for Tesla, but as well as NIKOLA, because if Tesla somehow does come out with a 500-mile battery, but somehow really reduces the weight, I think then that scares NIKOLA investors like myself, because if you can address the battery weight issue, then you don't have as many kind of like dinks or knocks against EVs, and then the benefits of hydrogen kind of come down, because weight is really the biggest issue in trucking. So you are going to see massive amounts of volatility in the stock. Until then, it's been kind of up and down, the ebbs and flows along with Tesla. It's had a really good run up in the past 2 weeks, from about $30 to, I think it's high the past couple of days was like $46, and now you're stabilizing in the $40 range. So this is one good thing you love to see out of a company that just recently IPO'd. It shoots up at the gate, right? You saw highs around $96, crashes way back down. You saw the lows at like $29, and now it's starting to come up and level out. And you can look at IPOs in so many stocks. They do that. They stabilize, and then they begin their uptick towards dominant success. Hopefully that is what we are rooting for in the case of NIKOLA. But you guys are open to do whatever you want to do with your money. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just trying to put out some key dates that I think are going to be manipulating the NIKOLA stock. Obviously we can get news before September 22nd that really moves the stock based on the OEM that they choose. I don't know if they're going to do that before September 22nd. I think it's going to be more in October when they actually announce that. But we'll have to wait and see. But before we go, today in history, August 19th, 2004, this is a big one. Google Inc. begins selling its stock on the NASDAQ with the initial price of $85. So could you imagine getting in on Google at $85? I think they've done several stock splits, so that $85 is a little deceiving. So if you know, $85 climbs up to $1,000, they do a stock split, comes way back down, and now the share price is well over $1,000. So if you would have got in at Google in 2004, my gosh, you're probably on a yacht somewhere. That will do it for this video, guys. If you're not already subbed, please do. It really helps me out, and that would be greatly appreciated. And I will see you guys tomorrow.